I will be attempting to speak clearer in this video due to the amount of comments on the last one about how I wasn't speaking English or something. If you can't understand it this time, I don't know, maybe it's just you can't understand the accent. But anyway, Dark Souls 1 is a game that holds a special place in my heart, even though its second half is mostly shite. So I wanted to do a challenge run. Originally planned to do planned to do pickaxe only. I had to farm, but I could be bothered. I didn't want to mod stuff in for a run that probably wouldn't have been very good anyways. Black Phantom drops only, which had already been done. So I settled on this. I wanted to get a warm-up run on an easier game before I did the same challenge for Liza B, which will be the next video hopefully. Then we'll continue it for Overture after it releases. Overture looks so good, by the way. But enough of that preamble. It's time for the run. Every run must have its rules though. Rule 1. All equipment, i.e. armour, rings, weapons, must be purchased from merchants. The only exceptions to this are the Charred Orange and Covenant of Artorias rings, as they're necessary to progress. I'm not fucking bothered getting the 30 manis. 2. One weapon per boss. 3. I'm allowing myself to use upgrade materials found outside the merchants, as there's a lot of weapons in this run, and when I'm needing to upgrade a new one every boss, it's needed a lot. I never actively farm for them though, it's just like if a Boulder Knight picks up a shard, I'll use it. Same applies to key items, just use whatever. 4. No killing merchants, because that'd be cruel. And 5. The run starts when I arrive in Firelink. This is a brave hero, Mercurius, named after the Roman god of commerce and financial gain, which Lodran's lucky merchants will be seeing a lot of. I immediately dump the armour, and I do unfortunately need to use a non-merchant weapon in the Asylum, as I can't access any yet. I just use the longsword to finish the demon. I also used it till I reached the first Undead merchant, but now the run can truly start. Upon arrival on the shrine, I sprint straight for the Burg, and in the Burg, I sprint for the merchant. I don't buy all of them right now, but I eventually use everything he sells. He sells the dagger, short sword, scimitar, rapier, hand axe, club, reinforced club and spear. He sells a bow and a few shields too, including my main shield for this run, the warrior's round shield, and my first armour, the chain leggings. I also buy the residence key, but god, the chain leggings are ugly at the front. I hope I don't miss a better stat-wise and visuals-wise replacement I could get as early as Adepts that I missed till the last Lord Soul. For the Burg and its boss, I use the Humble Club. Not the reinforced one, I love that weapon though. And it does pretty good against Taurus Demon. It really doesn't go any different from how you expect it to go. Like, he goes down as easily as ever. Both the longsword and club are pretty unremarkable C-tier weapons. The Undead Parish is the next level of the game, and it's the location of the next major merchant, Andre of Astora. He sells the longsword, a weapon I've already used, the broadsword, the bastard sword, the battle axe, the warpick, the cestus, and the pike, as well as upgrading weapons, making them invaluable for the run. I also pick up the large leather shield, in case I need a medium shield. I buy a few Titanite shards and get my weapon of choice for this boss to +2. My weapon of choice is the battle axe, and I'll be using it to take the fight to the Gargoyles. This fight went very smoothly as I brought the first Gargoyle down before the second could rendezvous with him and jump me, securing a first try victory. The battle axe does great, but I expected no less. I used it for almost all SL1. Unlike Neo in the final 3 DLC bosses in Gwyn, it performed pretty well. I mean, it's a bit of a generic weapon, but still really good. B tier. Side note, I do not remember starting stat being this awful in DS1. Although maybe Pyromancer had them higher. But with that done, I can ring the Bell of Awakening and proceed on to the infamous next boss. The Moonlight Butterfly. Fuck! For the Moonlight Butterfly, I used the Rapier, which upgraded quite heavily as I knew the fight would be a slog with low DPS, but it still somehow didn't really do that well. Honestly, I don't mind the concept of Moonlight Butterfly, and if I'm like 1 or 2 cycling it, it's not a fight, I don't really mind doing it. But with this DPS, it like, outstays its welcome. I don't know why I even did it at this time. I guess just wanted some change. The APR was pretty underwhelming since it was really high level for this boss at +5. I mean, it's like DTR. It's not unusable, but it's not good either. Now, it's time for the fight. I'll forever die on the hill of defending the Capra Demon. In the lower Burg, I also free Griggs of Vinheim and purchase a Sorcerer's Catalyst from him back at Fatlink, but I don't do anything with it yet. After the boss, I'm using the War Pick, along with some charcoal pine resin I purchased from the Undead Feeling Merchant. I also bought some purple moss from her for Blighttown, and it works a treat. I almost got at the start, but I roll my way out, kill the dogs with a weird plunge, like glitch thing, and then it's just a 1v1, which I actually quite like. The War Pick worked great, really underrated weapon I'd actually recommend checking out, like B tier. With him down, I can head into the depths. In the depths, I grab the large ember, as it is a key item, and it's the only ember I ever actually use. I also free Laurentius of the Great Swamp, although I never actually end up using any pyromancies, and then take the fucking goated shortcut down and meet with Donalazina, who doesn't sell less fucking Butterglade trousers. No, you're chatting shite. But he does sell 2 weapons, the Crystal Straight Sword and Crystal Great Sword, as well as the Crystal Shield, but who really cares? These weapons are great for this sort of run, as they have high DPS without upgrades, and their shit durability and lack of repairability doesn't even matter. As for the next boss, Skating Dragon, it goes as expected with the weapons because it is a Crystal Straight Sword. I mean, yeah, he's tanky and he hits hard, but there's so much time to punish him. I also slapped on some gold pine resin I brought from Donald. I do get the tail cut, but I dropped the great axe, as obviously didn't buy it from a merchant. The Crystal Straight Sword did great as expected, A tier. I do have an entrance to Blighttown right in front of me, but I'm not taking that awful route down there. I will be visiting Blighttown a lot, but not yet. For now, I just take the easy back route in with my trusty hand axe, hit the stinky leg, and enter Quelaag's domain to fight the Chaos Witch. She's tanky, but she's not hard, and I only died in my first round because she AoE'd me into the lava. Like, our sword swings, I don't even think they can hit you. Like, just as they stand right of them and they go right over your head. Yeah, she goes down fairly easily, and with that, both Bells of Awakening are wrong. The hand axe is pretty weak, even for Quelaag standards, but it got the job done, and the fight didn't like drag on like the Moonlight Butterfly did. Seath here, but I'm not heading back up just yet. In the Demon Ruins, I invalidate the run by grabbing the loads of when the Witch Idol's daughter, and the fight is on with Ceaseless Discharge. I don't want to waste leveling a item on this fucking bozo, so I just got the dagger and did the jump strategy. I won't even rank the dagger, as it does as good as any other item, could be Black Knight Halberd or Straight Sword Tilt. And don't worry, I dropped his dead sister's clothes along with the dagger. Now, I'm actually heading back. With the underground portion dealt with for now, I pick up magic weapon for Griggs of Vinheim, a weapon buff that's kinda useless. I can't buy either upgraded version. Oh well. It's not the last you'll be seeing a sorcery though, just not for this fucking clown. With that, I can proceed to Sen's Fortress and do a few things. The first is to visit the Crestfallen Merchant and buy 2 weapons from him. The Epic Guts Bonk Sword and the Great Axe. Truth be told, I've never actually used any of these before in any Souls game. Yes, you had that right. I've never used Beast Reddit Magic Bonk Sword. I really should be Dark Souls 2 fraud. The second is to fight the Iron Golem with a Crystal Greatsword I picked up from Donald, while ignoring his far fucking superior trousers to my ugly current ones. My weapon did so little, I just slapped over a leftover charcoal binding for the female Undead merchant. Unfortunately, I'll never get him to fall off, and instead finish him with a jumping heavy to the crotch. The Crystal Greatsword was pretty great for him, pretty bloody good damage, 8 tier. I then get taken to the City of the Gods, Anor Londo. Anor Londo goes as normal, easily disposing of gargs and knights and such. I don't do Painted World yet, obviously, as I haven't revisited the Asylum just yet. Cross the rafters, dodge the archers, show off my 6 speedrunning tricks, and visit the giant blacksmith, who also later buy the giant's halberd from. But I don't think I have the footage of me buying it, sorry guys. It's a real doozy of a weapon though, let me tell you that. For O&S, I'm choosing the Bastard Sword, which honestly kinda disappointed me. It wasn't bad, but with the amount of stuff happened to get it to +9, it really wasn't putting in the work. I still won of course, with Ornstein going down first and a near death at the end due to a mistimed attack. But, I mean, I don't know, it was a real bastard of a weapon. I feel like I was just missing something, like C tier I guess. Well, in terms of performance C tier, but in my heart B tier, because it really disappointed me. But I get the Lord Vessel for Guinevere. I didn't kill her yet though. I just placed it with Ramth though, as I didn't really want to do 4 Kings or Seath just yet. Rather than going straight for a Lord Soul, I instead returned to the Northern Undead Asylum, and this time I didn't actually need to do any stuff with Oscar or the first Black Knight. I'll be taking on the boss with a +5 reinforced club, which honestly was a waste, but I needed souls, it was my only bleed weapon. Other than the initial fall into the arena, I actually no hit this boss. I know, very impressive. And I picked up the Dull. I'm sure I'll probably be headed there soon. Reinforced clubs, good damage and built-in bleed fucking ravaged this guy as it does in many other bosses. Like, overall it's an S tier item, but for this specific fight I'd give it an A, as any other bleed item could really do the same. Before we get back to our regularly scheduled programming, I've noticed that 100% of my viewers aren't subscribed, so it really mean a lot to me if you could like, subscribe, share, etc. Thanks. Back to the run. Rather than proceeding on the main story, I got to kill the Hydra at the Darkroot Basin to sell the DLC, and to access the Forest Hunter Covenant. Don't free dust just yet though. I do this to gain access to Shiva of the East, one of the best weapon merchants in the game. He sells the Flamberge, Stone Greatsword, Shoto, Uchigatana, Washing Pole, Demon's Great Axe, Demon's Great Machete, Claws and Demon's Spear. I use like most of these throughout the run. He mostly hangs out in Blighttown, so I don't visit him just yet, but he's there. Now, before I headed to the Duke's Archives, I had an epiphany. Raw. Not the pro wrestling, not the energy drink. The infusion. The raw infused items can get damage around like +12, 13, 14 levels for so much less effort, although items do have lower scaling. I don't like doing this infusion in normal runs, but I think for a run like this it feels necessary. Like just for resource management. For Seath, I used the raw broadsword. Thankfully, I kept my record and never dying the Crystal General up before getting slapped out by Seath. I escape and make my way in the Crystal Cave where I see a vagrant. I never saw these guys in my first run, and that's like 5 in my level 1 run, and at least 1 every run since. Seath himself was pretty annoying due to kind of awful DPS and his high health, but it's still Seath, so he went down without too much trouble. aka I only got cursed once. Broadsword was pretty weak, but similar to the hand axe, it still did get the job done, like C tier. I now head down to Blighttown to talk to Shiva and pick up a few items. He sells some great weapons I get, such as the Demon Spear, Uchi, or the Humble Claws. I also buy the Eastwood Grain Ring, which reduces equipment degradation, and after over half the game is completed and my first Lord Soul is dead, I finally have a ring equipped. With that, I can head down into Islith and take on the Demon Firesage. I use the claws for this boss and I don't even bother upgrading them, as we'll be doing the vast majority of the heavy lifting here. And although I played much worse than I did with Stray, it goes down. Claws are pretty arse, but they did do good here. So although they definitely aren't a B tier item, they had a B tier performance. Buy the Crest of Artorias from Andre, as I don't have to run through the basin every time I want to fight Seath. And as I'm already part of the Covenant, I don't need to deal with the harassment from forest hunters. For Seath, I'll be using the raw short sword. That's 2 challenge runs in a row where I've used the short sword, dagger, battle axe and rapier. And it performs pretty decently against Seath. I said Seath in the script, but nothing really special. Seath just goes as normal, and all 3 basic straight swords will be C tier. Not the crystal straight sword though, that's different. I'll be interrupting this video again to show some footage of me fighting a new Night Rain boss on the network test, Centipede Demon, who I fight with the scimitars. I wasn't expecting good results from it, as I remember it being pretty bad in the early game, but it surprised me by doing a decent performance here. Honestly, I don't mind the actual fight of Centipede Demon, but that wait period for him to waddle his fat arse over to you while spamming fucking gum pistols is really annoying. As I mentioned in the intro, I have to put on the charred orange ring as I'm too much of a lazy bum to go get 30 humanities. Anyway, it's time for the second Lord Soul, Bed of Chaos. Scimitar gets around a C tier, because though, I did say it'd be better than I thought. I thought it'd be a D tier, and it isn't, but it still wasn't great. For the second Lord Soul, our friend the Witch Asylum, I use the pike. I do use the demon spear to deal with the Daughter of Chaos outside the arena though. Thankfully I don't have to upgrade the pike due to the Bed of Chaos down in one hit no matter what. Except in New Game Plus, the Burg can actually take a left-handed bare fist jab and get up for more. How brave. I'm thankful for this because the pike stuff waiting that fucking pisses me off. Yeah, it has really good melee range, but it also has a 24 strength requirement and a weight of 10 for 15 more damage and being 6.5 units heavier than a spear. And that 15 is at plus 15 by the way, not like originally. And the normal spear still has great range and doesn't have a fucking useless running attack. Sorry for the wee tangent there. For the boss, it was as fun as it usually is for the first 2 parts. And as I reached the core of the bug, the pike flubbed its first attack, and Fire Tempest fucking appeared. And if I had like 2 points less of vigor, I would have died. Like it wasn't like trade, like fatal trade, but it was a trade. Like I hit it as it hit me. It very nearly killed me. I fucking hate this weapon. And it's the first and only F tier, I'm pretty sure. Like I genuinely would have done better using the Cestus. Just that flub, that put the fucking fear I like called into me. I forgot to record killing Guinevere, but it was with a single firebomb from the Undead Merchant. And as for Gwendolyn, I used the Greatsword. It was just a like normal plus 2 or 3 I think, as I had decent enough damage for an easy boss that I didn't bother getting it to raw. And the fight does still take a while, but the damage is still okay. It's probably insane what I'm at levels. If it's doing fine against a late-ish game boss at its current upgrade level, I'd give it a B tier, consistently good damage. Maybe those gimps in TikTok comment sections were onto something. Next up, I'll be taking on the Catacombs with the raw spear, a spear I enjoyed much more than a fucking bike! Nothing really happened in this area, and although there is a blacksmith here and he is goated for SL1, shout out Vamos, shout out for Reinforced Club, there's nothing here for me this run, as he sells no weapons. Also clear the bone wheel section first try. As for Pinwheel, I did have a slight worry that the DPS would be too little and would somehow fumble and die. And looking for Pinwheel standards, the DPS is still pretty bad. He died in 10 hits from a very fast weapon. I didn't pick up the mask, but don't worry, this is not the last you'll see the Pinwheel masks. I've actually skipped something over. Before the Catacombs, I realised something. I couldn't buy the Skull Lantern. I couldn't buy the Sunlight Maggot. Was I fucked? In my darkest times, the saviour of the run appeared. Dusk of Illusil. I went back and killed the golden golem that contains in it, and then agreed that she could sell me her seal sorceries. It wouldn't have been a huge deal if I fat fingered and said no. I just would have had to do Sanctuary Guardian early so I could get to Elizabeth who also sells them. And after summoning her to buy from her, there it was. Cast Light. If this didn't exist, genuinely the run would have ended. It's a spell that has the exact same effect as the Skull Lantern or Sunlight Maggot, although it isn't a timer, but I think it's 5 minutes per cast, and with the 3 casts granted, it never ran out for me. I got kicked down by Patches, killed all 3 clerics I didn't really have a use for Via either, then got back up and confronted Patches. He remains in the tomb for now, but he returns to Phalanx as a very useful merchant after Neo's done. Near the end of the level, like just before I forget, I actually got sniped by a Pinwheel clone on the way to Neo, so I guess I did die a Pinwheel. Oh, fuck. As for Neo himself, I took him on with the Flamberge. The Flamberge kind of sucks. I mean, it looks cool, but the damage is kind of underwhelming, and obviously, when everybody in the fight's a skeleton other than you can't let him try to bleed onto them. Most of my time in this fight was spent just waiting for Neo to kill his own guys, running in, trying to take off a segment of health, then manually killing his guys till I had him open for a bit, then waiting for him to kill his own guys again, and just repeat. I started to stay in the back of the room too to avoid aggroing like the giant skeletons at all costs, which is fucking pretty annoying. Definitely the most I've ever died to Neo, especially due to my lack of divine weapon. But eventually I still get him down with a bit of careful manoeuvring. It's a D-tier weapon, really fucking disappointing. Maybe good if you can bleed the enemy, but on Neo, useless. After defeating Neo, I have a few things to do in Phalanx. For one, I finally pick up the Boots to Explorer, replacing my fugly chain leggings, and I talk to Patches, who sells some great stuff. For one, he sells all 3 Pinwheel masks, the Mask of the Mother, which boosts HP, Father, which boosts Equip Load, and Child, which boosts Stamina Regen. I definitely wore the Mask of the Child the most, as I was slowly going insane without any stamina boosting stuff, and this is a good alternative. He also sells the Mace, a pretty damn good hammer, and the Crescent Axe, a split magic fizz axe with a really long reach. For the last Lord Soul and penultimate base game boss, right? Like, yeah, I think it is. I finally got the Giant's Halberd out for a spin, and it is a monster! Anor Londo actually managed to get up the gang ladder on the first go. I'm not... Fuck. Oh mate, I just realised in the script I was meant to mention how I got through the bone wheel bit in the Catacombs, like in between Vamos and Pinwheel, but I forgot to mention that. Well. But yeah, I seem to be having good luck with infamous sections in this run. After Ingward gave me the key to the seal, I put on the Covenant of Artorias, breaking the rules again, except it is unavoidable this time, and entered the Arena of the Four Kings. The Giant's Halberd was good, but I think my main issue was a lack of poise, as a lot of really heavy armour wasn't available. The next best thing I could have got was the Golem set from Donal. Actually, no, I could have bought Smose, but I think it was overloaded at that point. And either way, both would have been bloody expensive. So, while the Halberd does great damage per hit, I do get interrupted a lot. And it still is a really good weapon though. Even with the poise issues, A tier, and if I'd like have lost some on, it'd definitely be S tier. I could go do Gwyn right now and end the game, but I wanted the DLC. Manus drags me back in time, shamelessly copying Lies of P Overture, and first on the chopping block is the Divine Beast Dancing Line. I used the raw Uchigatana for the Guardian, and I didn't know it could be bled. I mean, it makes sense, it's just that Weird's kind of weird in one with who it can be or can't be done on. The Uchi is pretty good against him, it's a really cool fight. Like, nobody talks about it a lot, but I don't know. Like, it's obviously the least of the 4 fights in the DLC, but it's still really good. I don't know why they even gave this boss a soul, as it can't be transposed and it literally has no use other than being popped. And, like, they realistically could have just added the extra souls to the drops. Or, if they weren't fucking lazy bums, they could have give you one of his lightning moves. It's a miracle. I mean, two merchants on the way to Artorias, but neither of them sell any weapons or armour, so I really just ignore them. For the big man himself, I used the raw great axe, and what a fucking weapon, man. Genuinely the most fun I've ever had with a weapon in this game. It's my first time ever using a great axe in the series, and good god, it left a brilliant first impression. It has crazy damage, it's just really fun to use. Something about the Art 1, especially the crushing motion and the impact, is just sick. It's great at breaking Artorias out of his charge up too. I mean, it's a great weapon. I honestly want to use great axes more in other games now. I don't think I even need to say it, but S tier. So I had to go after one boss, but I'm glad I used it on one of the better bosses rather than wasting it on some bozo.
Are you human? I am here to pay respect, please.
Me too. Me too. For Kalameet, I did basically all of the Asylum and the Chasm of Abyss before fighting them, as I wanted to get. I didn't have to kill a cool boss, go through one of the most annoying levels in the game, go through that final level, and then do the final boss. But I actually used Hidden Body I bought from Elizabeth to avoid being mega ganked in the town hall and picked up the crest key. Then I died to Kalameet, walked with my tail between my legs to go talk to Hawkeye Goth, and I see the sickest cutscene in the game. Initially for Kalameet, I used the Demon Spear, but its damage sucked, so I switched to the Raw Mace and then kicked ass. Like, not quite SL1 fire reinforced damage, but this fight went way easier. So one, I had more HP, and two, this wasn't my first time fighting him. Kalameet is really the first properly good dragon boss I did. Game Dragon's just okay, Dragon God is and Seath sucks. I don't even bother looking at the Calamity Ring before dropping it. The Mace gets an A tier, really solid weapon, that surprised me. With that, there's only Manus and Gwyn left. I mean, I guess we'll just use Demon Spear for Gwyn and Crescent Axe for Manus. I've forgotten to press R. Fuck! Right, instead of talking about the boss, since there's nothing to really say about it, I'm going to spend my time reading some Fix Drive comments as the raw footage and the boss played instead. Intentionally delay taking the boss out of its invisibility for any semblance of challenge. One strike, run, one strike. Otherwise, you're announcing your incompetence as a gamer to anyone watching, and just tell your consult with a neighbour who's probably a better gamer. Go play tic-tac-toe instead. True. Brissa was intended to serve as the role of female companion NPC. Sobbing right now if this is true. I'm loving her since I found out she was not an enemy. Not even Guinevere. No, I'm not saying that. Can take Pree's place in my heart. Pree is so crazy. You don't know like that, man. Fucking Pree nicknames. Shut up. I have to make them look so appealing. Sandy is so cute, but Taurus looks so adorable with those cute horns and his pretty face and his silky, soft, huggable fur that drew a caress and bury my face in. Imagine hugging and cuddling with a cute, soft Taurus demon in a beautiful white wedding gown. True. Now it's time for my favourite boss in Dark Souls 1, Manus, the Father of the Abyss. The Crescent Axe was just okay damage against them damage wise, but the Long Reach did help me score a lot of hits I probably wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Did you know the Crescent Axe is in all 3 Dark Souls games in a different weapon class? It's a regular axe in DS1, a grey axe in DS2, and a halberd in DS3. Manus is fast, tanky, and hits hard. And the fight was pretty long, coming down to 7 minutes and 55 seconds, if I'm correct. I just love this fight. His moves feel really smooth, even dark bead. I really couldn't imagine doing it without fast rolling. And the pillars and the wee grey haze at the edges down there are kind of annoying too. Still, brilliant fight though, definitely S tier. As for the axe, it's definitely a mixed bag. It does have cons. Like, it still wasn't terrible damage wise, and the long range is good. I think I'd put it in A tier. For my final battle against Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, I was down to a few choices, all from Shiva. I narrowed it down to the Stone Greatsword, Demon's Great Axe or Machete, and the Washing Pole. But on the way there, I fought some Rock Barbarians. In my Demon Souls video, I teased a pickaxe only run for Dark Souls 1. When I tried to farm these guys, I just got millions of dung pies. And on the run, where I can't use it, I'm not trying to farm it, it drops. Thank you, Miyazaki. Great way to send off the run. I eventually settled on the Stone Greatsword, as it seemed the most unique of the weapons. And, to be honest, I wanted to beat him without parrying, but I couldn't fast roll without grinding, and like, even if I was genuinely just using the Stone Greatsword, or the Stone Greatsword and the Mask of the Father, I couldn't. So I just parried him. The stagger window is really generous, so I could just switch to 2-hand for proper damage after parrying, and he went down easily. I then step at the kiln to take my rightful place as Lord of Fixed Drive comment sections. Thanks for watching. I don't know if it'll be the next video, but I'm doing a Liza P merchant only run right now too. I might do a little holdover video like the Cleric Candlestick one before it, and prep for Overture. Then I'll probably do that when it drops too. Overture looks so fucking good, by the way. I don't know. I need to. I was playing last night. I've lost all my skills though. I was getting fucking walloped by Foco, fucking King's Flame Foco, hardest boss ever. I've been also brainstorming Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring run ideas. Can you beat Elden Ring of Bloodhound's Fang? Can you beat Amnesiac Lap with Sellsword Twin Blades? And I'll hopefully have one out for both of them before I cycle back to Dark Souls 2. My computer is 2 hours to emulate Bloodborne and record OBS at the same time, sorry. I don't know what I'd do for Sekiro. I'd also like to maybe try something with Night Raid when it releases if possible. Like, if they put like DS1 items, like, can you beat it with all 8 Night Lords only DS1 items? But for now, like, comment, subscribe, share, etc. Dark Souls 2 fan, out!